chose UPMC PMR for my Peds Rehab Fellowship because I wanted to be the best Peds Rehab doctor possible.
I went to medical school, I went to college, I grew up in the same place, and so if I was going to go somewhere else, I needed a home away from home. And this is what I found here at UPMC, is a new family.
I did an away rotation up here in my 4th year, and I really clicked with the residents. I could immediately tell that they were very welcoming, very nice to me, and it really made me feel at home when I came to Pittsburgh.
I think we have a really amazing culture that is top-down, that starts with our leadership from our chair, Dr. Soa, all the way down to the residents.
The work environment at UPMC is very collegial. I appreciate that at any time, if you're feeling overwhelmed or anything, you can reach out to any of your colleagues and they'll immediately step in and help you out in any way they can.
The work environment here at UPMC is very engaging, very academically minded, where they're talking about papers, they're talking about research, but at the same time they care about me as a person. They're watching out for my well-being, both in times of just work hours and making sure that my level of work is reasonable, but also just caring about my well-being as a person.
Kind of research opportunities available at UPMC are anything you could possibly want. So it can be as big of a project as you want or as little as a project as you want. So people like me, I'm interested in basic science, small animal research. There's plenty of resources for that to get involved in that. If you want to do prospective clinical trials, you could do that. Retrospective chart reviews, or even things as small as a case series or a case study. It's really up to you what you want to get out of the research experience at UPMC, but the resources are innumerable.
It's only been a month and a half, and I have already been added onto an IRB that is with Dr. Onishi and an orthopedic surgeon, so that just shows you right there the collaboration and the willingness to include trainees.
What really stands out about the work environment in UPMC is the teamwork, the dynamic between not only the attendings and the residents, but also the nurses, the therapists, everyone working together to try and improve our patient population.
There are great opportunities for residents to do procedures here in the program. Starting from day one of an outpatient rotation, you get to grab the needle, do the AMGs with your attending right there. We also have a lot of opportunity to do procedures in a fluoro suite as well, some good ultrasound experience, and again, the attendings are really open to the resident just jumping right in and taking the reins.
The sports facilities are fantastic. There's 2 locations that I primarily go to. They're very large. They cover any sport that you can think of. The one that I go to primarily actually has 2 ice rinks, one for the Penguins and one that's actually 0 entry to allow for adaptive athletes. And otherwise, the facility is fantastic. We have the ultrasounds available and wonderful physical therapists that we work with.
We do have an ultrasound club that meets monthly. It's run by the attending, a PMR sports medicine trained physiatrist runs the scanning session. Goes through a body part and then allows the residents to get hands-on.
PGY2s now kind of being part of the PMR family officially as a PGY2. There's a lot more opportunities to see people outside of work, and it's something that I really appreciate that people initiate and invite you to and make you feel part of the team.
I think what's really interesting about Pittsburgh in particular is that it's a city of neighborhoods, and each individual neighborhood has its own culture, its own food, its own personality, and I think that makes it really different from other cities.
Pittsburgh has a lot of really fun things to offer. It's a great sports town, the food's really good, and the history in Pittsburgh and architecture, especially downtown, is amazing.
For me, I really prioritize living close to the parks. I live close to Frick Park, which is this just like gigantic forest in the middle of the city. And people mountain bike there. I like to take my dog there. It's really, for being a mid-sized city, has a ton to offer.
There are a lot of great cultural things you can do here. The food is amazing, but you will also have the opportunity to be engaged in a really academic setting and have all the training opportunities that would really afford you.
So the cost of living is fairly low, so coming from Texas is comparable, and so I was able to purchase a house here and really get to enjoy it. And the really great thing too about Pittsburgh is there's a lot of nature, and so I sit at my house and look at the deer and the rabbits and the groundhogs, and it's just also relaxing. But throughout the city there are hills, there are parks, there are trees, and on sunny days it just feels like heaven.